Hi, that's a great question and a great research topic. And it's one that has like so many nuances and so many things going on and so many things that are funded or the funding is pulled or people are arguing about it or legislating about it that it's going to be, I mean, just like if you go to the library catalog and type in healthcare, I bet there's going to be millions of things. 4 million. Oh no, 9 million. So there's 9 million things. So you could do healthcare and history, but I think that's going to miss a lot of what you're looking for because we want to find people arguing about it because they will present something as the most important. Um, Having said that, here's the essentials of the U.S. healthcare system. It sounds like an exciting read. Um, don't use that. I mean, you could use that if you wanted to. What I would suggest instead is go to your favorite AI. My favorite currently is Google Gemini, and ask highlights of the history of U.S. healthcare. And we do have a database that you could do this same thing. So this isn't something that you would cite. You're just looking for what we used to call general reference. So there's another database that we have in the library called CQ Researcher that's tragically not working today. But AI is working today. But what you can do is make a construction of what matters. So you can start out, like if you want to go like way back, or if you just want to look at the last 100 years, you can frame the questions in that way. And you can look at some of these major ideas. So what you're going to do, and I'll give you some tips on what I did, but you might have to look at some other ones as well. So get the names of things. So when we want to go into scholarly articles, we want to find like, if somebody proposes something like the Affordable Care Act, we can go in and find an article that talks about like the bullet points. So there's going to be so much stuff going on where people are going to say, oh, that's Obamacare, and you're going to be off in the weeds. We want the scholarship where they're talking about like what really matters, right? Oh, speak of the devil, there it is. So I have some tips for you, but this is how I would approach it. And the cool thing is this is being debated all the time. So the trick will be finding and narrowing it down. So if you go to Advanced Catalog Search, I'm going to do healthcare. We did that search before. We know that this is the most important thing, so we can have that be like in the title. And then in the next field, I want to do history or rhetoric or debate or argument. I suppose that could be part of it as well. So all of these, except for history, but history in itself is kind of looking back and saying what the most important points are. But rhetoric is analyzing an argument to find out what the most important points are that the person wanted to say. Same thing with debate or argument. They're trying to, what's the word? They're trying to amplify a point. And so this is why that'd be really good. So you can go through and I love this title, Dead on Arrival, The Politics of Healthcare in 20th Century America. I would argue with your instructor that this is scholarly because it's from Princeton University Press. But this is where you would go to like the peer-reviewed journals. And then you can see what's going on, what people are fighting about. And I would argue, go through and look at things that matter for what you're interested in. So this is where you would go up and add a new line. And you could say, I'm looking at notes on another one. So I want to do Medicare or Medicaid, which is socialized medicine, or it's like a national insurance. And then when you look, it's going to have all of that stuff, but it's going to be narrowing it down to those things. So understanding the debate. So you get the pros and the cons. And I would say look for newer things. So if we look for newer things, well, it depends on when you want to find the debate. Okay, maybe don't look at the new things, but you get to decide. When you're doing your article or the thing that you're going to write or you're presenting on, you don't have to find everything that you want to say in scholarship, but you can inform it with general knowledge from AI or things from like government websites, in addition to other things that you find. That guy looks so cool. I bet it's the Red Watch. But what you can do is build your story out of all of these things, including the scholarly articles. So don't put so much pressure on yourself. But what you could do is just look for an article in each of these. So another one is, and I got this from the AI, so universal health care or socialized medicine or national health insurance. This one you might have to put United States as well, but let's see what we get. This is what the Europeans have. Yeah, in Africa. There's the Dead on Arrival book. I got to get back to peer-reviewed journals. The battle over universal health care in the United States. So this one's pretty recent. What you could do if you wanted to include this one is you would go in, and I don't think we had time to do this during class, but you would open that link, go in and look at the abstract, and they'll come to the point really quick. Whoa, the hostile California Medical Association. Something tells me this is biased. Okay, so that might not be the best one. But you get the idea. Look in the abstract and see if it's one that you want to use. Did I show you that there's a citation generator too? Where are you, citation generator? Oh, you're right here. Another one that you could do, Affordable Care Act. And let's narrow down to the last 2 years. Material type, articles. And then this is where you would start to get those things together. Does this help? If you think of anything that you're missing and you can't find it, let me know and I can help you track it down. But your job will be to probably go through like a whole bunch of articles and go, this one fits. I'm going to grab a quote from it and cite it. This one fits, this one doesn't fit, and then just kind of put together a narrative in that fashion. And this is like the genuine real deal of research, is just trying to narrow down to the things that you want to highlight and amplify in your own argument. Let me know how it goes.